The aurora borealis painted the Alaskan sky in sheets of green and purple as Nathan walked home from his shift at the logging company. At 25, he'd grown accustomed to the solitary life in Pine Creek, population 312. The northern lights were his constant companions on these walks, making the snow-covered path through the forest seem magical. That night, the lights began moving differently, coalescing into a spiral that descended toward the clearing ahead. The air crystallized with energy, and reality itself seemed to bend. When the light dissipated, she stood there. Her presence made the world around her seem dull in comparison. Her platinum hair floated as if underwater, catching and refracting the aurora's glow. Her eyes were the deepest blue he'd ever seen, like glacial ice with galaxies trapped inside. Her clothing seemed woven from starlight itself, flowing around her form in impossible patterns. "Don't be afraid," she said, her voice carrying harmonics that made the air vibrate. The words formed in his mind even as her lips moved in strange patterns. "I'm not," Nathan replied, surprising himself. "Who are you?" She smiled, transforming her already stunning features into something that made his heart skip. "My name is Luna. I come from what you would call the Andromeda Galaxy." She moved closer, each step leaving crystalline patterns in the snow. "I've been observing you, Nathan Marshall. The way you look at the stars every night, the questions in your heart, the loneliness you try to hide." The aurora above them pulsed in sync with Nathan's heartbeat. Luna reached out, her fingers hovering near his face. Where her hand passed, the air shimmered with points of light. "Your species fascinates me," she said, studying him. "You feel everything so intensely. Every emotion creates ripples in the quantum field." "Is that what those lights are?" Nathan asked, watching the sparkles dance between them. Luna smiled. "They're manifestations of potential possibilities made visible." Her fingers finally touched his cheek, sending waves of warmth through him like sunlight breaking through clouds. "Right now, there are many possibilities surrounding us." The world shifted, reality becoming fluid. The snowy clearing transformed into what appeared to be a space between spaces. The ground beneath them was like liquid crystal, and the air filled with floating points of light that responded to their movements. "A pocket dimension," Luna explained, moving with ethereal grace. "Here, I can show you how I truly perceive your world." She gestured, and the lights formed complex patterns around them. "You're not afraid," she noted, watching him take in the transformed space. "No," Nathan replied, amazed but not afraid. "You're the most incredible thing I've ever seen." Luna's expression softened. "Most humans would run from what I am. But you—" She moved closer, their energy fields beginning to merge. "You look at me with wonder instead of fear." "Show me more," Nathan said. "Show me how you really see things." She nodded, and suddenly his consciousness expanded. Through her perception, he saw the quantum dance of particles, the interconnectedness of all things. Her mind touched his, sharing glimpses of distant worlds and impossible beauty. When their eyes met again, both knew they had crossed a threshold from which there was no return. "Would you like to see my true form?" Luna asked. "It might be overwhelming." When Nathan nodded, Luna took a step back. Her form began to shift, becoming something that existed in more dimensions than his mind could process. For a moment, he glimpsed her true self, a being of pure energy and consciousness, of mathematical beauty and cosmic grace. When she returned to her humanoid appearance, Nathan could still see echoes of her true nature bleeding through the edges of her form. Patterns of light danced beneath her skin, and her eyes held entire galaxies. "That was beautiful," he breathed. "You're beautiful." Luna moved closer until their energy fields began to merge. "You're adapting quickly," she observed. "Your consciousness is expanding to perceive things most humans can't." "What happens now?" Nathan asked, feeling the energy between them intensify. "I should warn you," Luna said softly. "Intimate contact between our species is strictly forbidden. The energy exchange could transform you on a quantum level. You would never be quite human again." "Would that be so terrible?" He reached for her, watching patterns of light spiral where their skin touched. Their first kiss was like touching a live wire, but instead of pain, it brought waves of pleasure and understanding. Nathan's consciousness expanded exponentially, touching the edges of something vast and beautiful. Luna's energy merged with his, showing him glimpses of distant worlds, of possibilities he had never imagined. When they separated, Nathan noticed his skin had begun to glow with a subtle light that matched Luna's radiance. The transformation had already begun. Their union transcended physical boundaries. As they came together, the pocket dimension responded to their shared energy, creating waves of light and color that rippled through multiple realities. Nathan experienced consciousness on levels he never knew existed, seeing through Luna's perception, feeling the dance of quantum particles, understanding the interconnectedness of all things. When they finally separated, Nathan's entire body glowed with subtle light, patterns of energy flowing beneath his skin. "What's happening to me?" he asked, watching the light pulse in rhythm with his heartbeat. Luna traced the glowing patterns. "Our energies have merged at a quantum level. The process is irreversible." She looked both concerned and fascinated. "You're the first human to ever experience dimensional synthesis." Before Nathan could respond, Luna's head snapped up, her eyes wide. "They're coming. The observation team has detected our energy signature. What will they do? Best case? Extract me from Earth. Erase your memories." She touched his glowing skin. "But with these changes manifesting in you, they might decide more drastic measures are necessary." "Then let's leave," Nathan said without hesitation. "You can take us somewhere they won't find us." Luna's eyes sparkled with hope and mischief. "It would mean leaving everything behind, your life, your world." "You are my world now," Nathan replied, surprising himself with the truth of it. The air began to crackle with new energy. 3 forms materialized, beings of pure light barely holding humanoid shape. "Observer Luna." One spoke directly into their minds. "You have violated our most sacred protocols. The human has been quantum touched, another being observed. The changes are irreversible." Luna stepped in front of Nathan protectively. "Look at how his consciousness has expanded. He can perceive our true forms and remain stable. Don't you understand what this means?" The third being moved closer, studying Nathan. "Fascinating. His neural pathways are adapting to process quantum information. Perhaps we have been too rigid in our assumptions about developing species. We cannot ignore this violation," the first being insisted. "But neither can we ignore its implications. You've proven that cross-species quantum bonding is possible without catastrophic consequences. We offer you a choice," the second being addressed them both. "Either submit to separation and memory extraction, or become our first official human-celestial research partnership." "What does that mean?" Nathan asked. "You would work with us, exploring the possibilities this discovery presents. Your bond would be monitored but preserved. You would be a bridge between our species, helping us understand each other. There are others like you," Luna added softly, "humans who look to the stars and dream. We could help prepare your world for the knowledge that you're not alone." Nathan looked at his glowing skin, at the woman he loved, at the cosmic beings offering him a future beyond imagination. Why choose? We could do both, maintain our connection here, and explore the cosmos together. Above them, the pocket dimension swirled with new possibilities, and somewhere in the vast spaces between stars, new protocols were being written, protocols that spoke not of separation and fear, but of connection, evolution, and the infinite potential that exists when love dares to cross the boundaries of space itself.